capital, and you are waking up to the brand new talk of the town, Joanne and Xandria Ooi, and this morning we're gonna have a fantastic English time.
We already are having a fantastic English time
with Molly Jackpell, and she is the CEO of the British Chambers of Commerce,
CMCC. Now Molly is here because we are doing all things British. Oh, let's just say hi to Molly first. Hi, Molly.
Good morning, ladies. Thank you for having me.
Just wanted to hear the accent. Just so you know, when I say British, right, you can hear the accent. So, there's this great sporting event happening in London. So, in conjunction with that, we want to commemorate it, because it's happening on Friday.
Yep, and also, it kind of seems that the British fashion is all coming back. Also, recently, we've had the royal wedding, the Queen's Jubilee. So, it is right now very hip to be English.
And not forgetting, English boys are quite hot, aren't they, Molly?
Questionable.
But you've been in Malaysia for 3 years now. What do you think of our Malaysian men?
I think that they have huge potential.
Huge potential.
I like the way she classified them as huge potentials.
What do you mean?
You'll find that the British are very diplomatic.
Like yourself?
Very much so, very much so.
All right, Molly, so all things British or all things English, tell me first. I've been looking at magazines and there's like so many pictures of the Queen Diamond Jubilee. Can you tell me what this Diamond Jubilee is all about?
Gladly. The Diamond Jubilee is basically to celebrate the 60 years of our monarch, Her Majesty the Queen. And really it's a year-long celebration, and it spans not just the country but also the Commonwealth nations. So and I guess it's in the modern definition, the celebration is all about British pride, it's about multiculturalism, it's about engaging communities around the world, and I think, Her Majesty's done a sterling job. She's done such a wonderful job. She's loved throughout, not just the UK, but also the Commonwealth nations, so it's nice that she's out, the family are out meeting their adoring fans, and there's a huge buzz.
Yes, there is. I saw fireworks over the London Bridge, all those decorated boats and ships that were there as well.
Quite a fanfare.
And everyone wearing this big, ridiculous hats. What's with the hats and New England?
The hats are, I have to say, are the true definition of British eccentricity. We don't need any excuse to get the hats out.
Why? But why? Is it because it rains all the time?
The hats are certainly not there to protect you from the rain.
In fact, you have to take care of the hats when it rains.
I think it's self-expression. I think, again, it goes back to being a little bit British, different and eccentric. And you'll find that even when we have the races like Ascot, the women will put a lot of money into buying those hats. And sometimes they could be tiered cakes, huge bird's nests.
Are they heavy?
I think our millinery experts in England do a very good job.
But I wouldn't want to be walking with a 4-tier cake on top of my head.
With the heels on.
With the heels
So
on.
I've seen you wear bigger things on your head and heavier things as well. I mean, your wigs alone weigh a ton.
I don't mind wearing it for 10 minutes. But
we are speaking to Molly Jackpell. She's the CEO of the British Chambers of Commerce. And coming back, we're going to ask her about the obsession with the royal family in England. Everybody seems to love them. Stay with us. This is Boyzone with Love You Anyway right here on Capital FM.
Tell me what you want from me, so I
Love You Anyway, Boyzone for you this morning on Talk of the Town with Xandria Ooi and Joanne. We have the pleasure of having the CEO of the British Chambers of Commerce, Miss Molly Jackpell, with us, and she is going to tell us what being English or British is all about.
First off, what is this obsession with the royal family?
Exactly. I mean, I've always wanted to meet Harry. I think it's more of the fun boy to have. I mean, like William's
and he's still an eligible bachelor.
Exactly. If Chelsea doesn't take him, I'll take him willingly.
Okay, the fascination. I think you asked me off air that, Molly, is it that genuine? Yeah. Of course it is. We love the royal family. They're out there, they're meeting the public, they roll their sleeves up, and in times where the British public have needed support and encouragement, the Queen is out there. I think there's a lot of genuine love and affection for our monarchy, actually, and they give a great deal back to their own British public and, of course, the Commonwealth countries. So I think it's very genuine. I myself am a bit of a royalist.
Okay, so would you say that when William married Kate, it kind of felt like when Charles married Diana. I mean, the feeling and the romanticism,
The pride.
surrounding. Of course, we are hoping that it doesn't end that way, but it sure starts like that, right?
If not more, I think it was absolutely magical, and that was probably the moment that we pushed the go button in terms of all Britishness, and that fascination began again. So I think the British takeover probably begun at that royal wedding.
Yep.
Do you feel proud, that you have such a great monarchy, and that when William and Kate got married, did you feel like certain pride because you are, British?
Immensely, and it was very genuine. It's so nice to see the children settle down, and children, I talk of them fondly as though
Like
they're
your
my
daughter.
own. But it's nice to see because they've been in the public eye. We've watched them grow up. We've watched them mature.
We've watched them in grief. I mean, I
Absolutely.
personally saw Lady Diana's funeral, and where William was walking, with his head down, but still, keeping tears in his eyes, and my heart just went out. And it's true, like what you say. It's only from the royal wedding that kind of like brought back this fascination with everything English that's happening around the world at the moment.
And it was a very real experience because, like you said, that they show their emotions. They're in the spotlight, and whenever the country needs the monarchy to be out there, they are out there meeting their people. So I think they serve their public very, very well. That's why there's a genuine love and affection for them.
Well, I think in England, the monarchy, it's different from all of the other countries that we see also because they are so relatable. You know what I mean? Like, they seem so normal and so nice, and you feel like they can be your friend. And I think that is the secret to why there's so many adoring fans out there.
And there's always a favourite royal. So if you talk to my mom, she's a big fan of Prince Charles. If you talk to my grandmother, of course, the Queen Mother. And if you talk to, for instance, my niece, they adore Prince Harry.
And yourself?
Myself, I have to say, I do like Prince Charles.
Really?
I do. I think that he has some great causes that he supports. He's a particular favourite of mine. Yeah, and of course, Kate Middleton. How can you not relate to Kate Middleton?
She is a darling. I mean, how can you not, even like with her grace, and she wants to keep things simple and normal as well. This was before she married.
You do realize that we're all talking about them as if we know them
Yes,
personally, right?
I know, Kate. She keeps telling me that paparazzi following her, but she loves her design. I mean, she doesn't go for those main designers, the hip ones. This was before she got married, of course. She went to casual places to
I'm
buy
looking
clothes.
at Joanne with big eyes thinking, are you serious?
I think that's still the case. She's known to wear and support British high street
Exactly.
brands. In fact, she's been called a high street girl. So I think she can combine the two worlds, high-end couture and high street.
Okay, well, since we're talking about London fashion, right, we do want to know what's classic, what's happening, and what's fashionable in London. Stay with us here right now. This is Katy Perry with E.T. We're talking about all things British in the spirit of something that's happening in London in the next few days. Come on, FM 88.9. Good morning. Xandria and Joanne here with you on the all-new Talk of the Town. And here with us, we have Molly Japal. She is the CEO of the British Chambers of Commerce. We're talking all things British in the spirit of this great sporting event happening on Friday in London. Now, Molly was just telling us about Kate Middleton and how she redefined English-British fashion, really. So what is trendy and fashionable in London at the moment? Because, Molly, I'm going to London, right? And I'm quite like,
She has to rub it in my face.
I hadn't worked that out, really.
I've only been asking her all these questions about London. But seriously, everyone's telling me, summer in London is not warm at all, and you've got to really wrap up, bring a jacket, you can't wear heels. And I'm really confused. What can I wear?
It sounds like a fashion disaster already. I would say don't go. No, I'm only kidding. It can get chilly, and I guess the average temperature in the summer is probably no more than around 20 degrees. So I would say you can funk it up, you can wear all the nice things that you want to wear, but I would always take a shawl or a cardigan very English, have it in your bag, and I would wear sensible shoes because it's a walking city.
So maybe it's like how when you go to cinemas and it's freezing cold. So imagine the temperature is like that, Zan.
Well, is a cardigan enough though? Because I hear that at night it gets pretty cold as well.
It does. I think you'll be fine. This time of year, you'll be fine. You'll enjoy it so much you won't think of the chilly weather, actually. Can I say that?
Probably true. Should I bring my winter coat or not?
No.
You'll be the only girl in winter clothes everyone's walking around.
You'll make a statement. How about that? In the middle of summer, wearing a cashmere coat.
Well, it's good that I clarified that with you. But boots are okay, right?
Boots are wonderful. I think you're going to blend in just fine in London. You're eccentric enough, you know.
I can't tell if Molly is being sarcastic to me or not.
No, not at all. But you did ask me about British fashion, and I think somebody that summed it up really well was Anna Wintour, who famously said that British fashion has a sense of humour. And that kind of says it all, because they're very daring, it's very eclectic, and it's accessible. And all those things make it very appealing. Designers like Stella McCartney, Alexandra McQueen, Betty Jackson, Vivienne Westwood, and the list goes on.